the main road, which is a highway, along just after the top area, and sometimes there. And it causes you to be in a tight position when trucks are coming in the opposite way and you are trying to go the opposite way of the truck. When they are parked in the road, starting in the road, causing it to be squeezed and timid of trying to drive through there. So they need to get people to stop parking in that area where it's affecting the traffic, I would say. Thank you.
We thank you, caller, for that call. What we would have recognized in recent times that the same highway the gentleman is speaking about, if I am reading him correctly, is that we recognize that persons are now vending in that area. You have persons selling their, whether it's local coconut water, vegetables, and the persons are trying to buy from those vendors. And so they are not mindful that they're disrupting the free flow of traffic. They just want to get what they want, and so they would pull anyway. And so we just asking the general public and seeing that and this should not even be a matter for anyone to have to bring to the traffic department attention. You as a motorist you have an obligation for you to make sure that the traffic stays flowing. And so if you are making if you are putting yourself in a position to have the traffic being disrupted, then that is on you. But the gentleman who just called would have bring it to our attention, and so we're asking the motorists, whenever you are stopping or pulling over to get something from a vendor, please to park properly. There is a pull off, and the pull off is very wide. It has nothing to do with you would not be obstructing once you get on that pull off. So once you pull off properly, park your vehicle properly, you can go and stay as long as you want, because the traffic will not be disrupted once you stay in that pull off area and go and get to the vendors to get what you're seeking.
Okay, but just to add to Donnelly, because he said from the Gillard roundabout to the Shadwell roundabout, I know we have some obstructions there by jam welding spot. So I don't know if these exactly what he's speaking about, because where the guys sell the coconut waters and stuff like that, there's a pull off, so there doesn't be any obstruction. The obstruction, I would assume, would be down at the welding shop, where persons just pull off, try to do repairs right there with the wheels and stuff like that. I think we should put a yellow line.
We had yellow lines, yes. We had at some point, but when they did the road over, we heard. We didn't put them back.
Yes.
And so that is on us. So that is something that we have to make sure that we put back in place.
I think that's the obstruction he would be speaking about. Because when persons come over the hill and vehicles are coming up, they either have to swing off or swing on. Yeah, and that is real dangerous. And the persons who do that, I don't think they have no consideration at all, because someone will actually be coming from the opposite direction and swing over, pull over right there by the welding shop, and jump out the vehicle and gone, and they would watch the traffic back up. And then when they are ready to move off now and they cannot move, they're arguing. Oh, y'all ain't even gonna wait for me to come out. But you just obstructed the whole traffic for maybe 5-10 minutes.
Let's go to the phone line here and take this call. Okay, we lost that call. You're welcome to call back. Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. JK, I want to bring some information to the general public this morning.
Hold on a second. Can you hold that thought? Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, JQ.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning, Donnelly, and the rest of the traffic here.
Good morning.
Good Sergeant Maguire?
No, he's not in today. This is Constable Bell.
Donnelly, thank you for the prayer.
You're
and
welcome.
I wish that all the others in the traffic should have prayer when they come on the program, and even when they go on the walk. Because Donnelly is true ignorance on the road at the time with these drivers. Nobody want to respect nobody at all. People blame the traffic department, but I do not believe that you all so much got to do with it. It's just the ignorance of these drivers. One pass you anywhere, pass you on a corner, pass the road. Just passing out as something I come and just want to try to pass. Is there plenty ignorance in the world, and I want you all to continue to do what you all got to do. Come on and educate the public about the traffic. Because these people, you do what you got to do. They still don't want to understand what's going on in the traffic. And these are people that got license for years. Some of them, it seems to me like they like the sharp and they like race. I was going to put the other man in there. And a guy behind me, he behind me. He looked like a little competition with me. You know what I do? I stop and I line pass like a thing. Because I don't want no competition with nobody.
Good job.
You understand? And this is the thing that happening in the traffic. People ain't want to look out for one another. They just want to feel the courage and take chances anywhere. That's why so much people are being mad, but I not so much of the way. It's the ignorance and the way with some of these drivers. All right, then I get in a big feedback. Something wrong with the phone line. All right.
All right, my brother. Thanks for that. I'll definitely pass on that note to our tech team so they can look into it.
Yes, I want to thank the caller for that information. And before I get to what I really wanted to speak to this morning, about the little information I have for the general public, that the gentleman who called a while ago, he's so correct, because I was driving to work this morning and I'm coming from Keyon and I get to Connery and there is a road, the Paradise Road, and the road before the Paradise Road, and the garbage truck is picking up garbage, and so there is a vehicle coming from inside of Connery itself. The vehicle cannot see what's happening because the truck is right there. And the gentleman came out. It's a good thing I was doing my 20 miles per hour in that zone, in that area, because you cannot see. There's an obstruction. There is a blind area. You can't just push out. You have to take your time and ease and take a look at the traffic. And the gentleman is so correct. And he did the right thing. When persons are trying to race it, you just pull over and allow them to pass. Allow them to have their way. Thank you very much for that information, caller. What is happening this morning, Mr. Jikri, that we're having a ceremony in the Central Bastia area, that's Lower Market Street. And so we're having traffic restrictions for maybe about an hour and a half. The proceedings start at 10:45, but traffic restrictions will be put in place from 9:45. So if you're traveling from the hospital or Cunningham Street, traveling onto Central Street, there will be a no entry sign when you get to Skelec. So you can only turn down Westbourne Gut. You can only turn right, because remember that's a one-way going up. So when you're coming from Cunningham Street onto Central Street, you're going towards Skelec, there will be a no entry. You can only turn down to Lower Westbourne Gut. If you're coming from Keyon Street and using Spratt Street, when you come to the bottom of Spratt Street, you can only turn right, which means you'll be going west. You cannot go east. If you're traveling on the Bay Road to turn up into Lower Market Street, when you get onto Market Street, onto Liverpool Road, you can only turn right, because you cannot come straight up to Lower Market Street, because that's where the function is going to be. If you're traveling from Church Street onto Central Street, you'd only be allowed to turn east or north or south. You cannot go straight along Central Street, because there is a block. Mm-hmm. Persons will not be allowed to park between Central Street of Church Street, Keyon, College Street, thank you, Bell, yeah, and Westbourne Gut. We will have cones in the area. It would only be for a short period, and so we're asking the general public to be mindful of those. This little
what's the timeline again?
The cones will be put in place from 9:45. But the function starts at 10:45. Function is going to last for about an hour and a half. And so we're asking the general public, the motorists, to be mindful of this little infringement that we're going to have in the traffic for this short period of time.
Okay. 465-1977, 465-1903, and 662-8674. Those are the numbers for you to get in with your traffic concerns for this morning. We have just about 10 minutes left inside of the program to do so. And then we have our 9 o'clock report, compliments to Grange. Yes.
Yes, Mr. GQ. Mr. Bell was just reminding me that the area on the Bay Road, the industrial site area, that is still blocked, and some motorists.
Oh, by the fisheries?
That's correct. Still have to be mindful of that area.
Truckers.
Mr. GQ, it's amazing because this morning our first caller spoke about trucks. And that is one of the. It's so amazing.
Define.
Because he's speaking about the trucks, and one of the conversations that we were to have this morning is about the truckers. Because remember, we had that meeting last Thursday, and so we just wanted to give the general public.
Before you do so, though, let's hear for the callers. Sorry. Good morning.
Hey, morning, buddy.
Yes,
morning,
morning.
Isabel and Donnelly.
Good morning.
Two things was brought to my attention, so I'm just bringing it to you. And they commend the traffic department for doing a good job in terms of helping for speeding. But they have two areas in particular that they say it's not fair. The main one is under the tunnel by camps. And the reason the drivers are saying that they're coming down the hill, you know, and damn, when you're coming down, you're going at a certain speed. And when you're there with the gun, you know, you tend to catch persons. Here again, they're saying that they thank you for helping to reduce traffic accident, but they don't think that it is fair in that particular area, all right? And the other one is in the Keys. Even though there's a high increase in traffic accident in that area, right? You're coming down after you come out of care and coming down, right? You're coming down the hill going into Keys, right? So I'm just bringing that to your attention to see what will be your response to that, if you think that it is right, if it is fair.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I will respond for Donnelly. Why is she right? Firstly, yes, we have considered those areas because persons have called and complained before. However, what I would say is, look at Timothy Hill, right? Do you see persons speeding coming down that hill? And that's a roundabout they're approaching. Everybody tend to mash the brakes and come down there very carefully. However, when they're coming down by the tunnel, they don't try to exercise the same precaution. So yes, we understand their concerns, but also they should also exercise the precautions when they are, because that's another roundabout they're approaching. They're supposed to stop. So if you're coming down at a speed greater than the expected speed limit, that is also a hazard. But the tunnel part, I don't know about Keys, but the tunnel part, we have had discussions about that. We haven't come to concrete decisions, but we have kind of delayed anyone trying to give persons ticket for speeding in that area.
Okay.
If I want to add something to what Mr. Bell said when it comes to the tunnel, is that it's a 20 mile per hour zone. And if you're coming there and if the officer, you're driving and you're at 30 miles per hour, there is no ticket issued. So it means then that those taxpayers, those motorists, they are going over 40 miles per hour. So it means then that you should be ticketed, because if it's a 20 mile per hour zone and we are not ticketing you 30 miles, 35 miles per hour, we are giving you that grace 10,
Maybe 20
miles, and you're telling me that you have to be going down that area at 40 miles per hour and you shouldn't be ticketed? I don't think so.
Let's go to that phone line. Good morning, you're live.
Hey, GQ, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to the panelists. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I hear some listening, yeah, right. I mean, going back and forth with speeding and whatever. I just say, it's totally nonsense. Not to disrespect her if I'm doing her work, but I'm going to tell you this. Speeding is speeding. Ain't got nothing else to do with speeding. Yes, as the youngster say, anybody that drive fast come down Timothy Hill? No, they don't mash brakes, right? So when you left from up there by Buckley's and you're on your way down, you're directly speeding, you're going down a hill. What the first thing you're supposed to do when you're going down a hill is mash brakes. You'd have no excuse whatsoever, because you're going down. You're going down. Ain't to say, and give this good example. Now, I going up Timothy Hill. I going to be going up, but I going up with a load. Yes, I got increase my speed to carry the load. If I'm coming down the hill with load, I have to decrease my speed coming down the hill. So we're really going to excuse speed is speed. So nobody's supposed to be speeding. So you're going to each village, as long as a thing is only two things we have right now. 20 and 40 are done.
And we need not make any comment to what Mr. Granny said. We just need to just leave Mr. Granny's speech sealed. Because he would have said it. There is nothing that we need to add to what he would have said.
On that note, let's take this call. Good morning, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
There's a lot of noise in there, a lot of noise in the line. So that I don't hear you. Anyway, my two concerns are in relation to the taxi drivers in the area based most of the time area by the square and the Roman Catholic Church. They have been their passengers, the tourists. And for nothing, they will pull over to the side of the road. They stay right in the middle of the road. Actually, sometimes stop and talking about the historical areas in that area, obstructing the free flow of traffic. They have no concern for who behind them want to go where they want to go. Also, up there by where the white birds normally be, there has been a pull-off built there that they can pull off the road and do whatever they have to do. Some of them stay in the road. They don't pull off. Round the corner in Challengers, Stonefort, before you go into Old Road, there's a little pull off there as well. People stay in the road there again. In Lodge, I think it is Lodge. There on the left hand side when you're going towards Molyneux, when you come around the corner down by the gut, Lodge Gut. There used to be one pickup park in that area on the left hand side going up the hill. Now you see 3 and 4 vehicles there. Really obstructing the free flow of traffic, because if something come down on you, there is nowhere there. You have the hill and the gut on the right hand side. And I don't think that vehicles should be parked up there. Right? That's something I think that you all need to look into. So that's my 2 cents for this morning.
Thank you, caller, for the information, and we are definitely going to look into what I would have made a note of the information that you would have given, and so we're going to take a look at what you're speaking about. Mr. Bell was just giving me the area where he was speaking about in Lodge. I'm not too familiar with Molyneux and Stonefort. Where you spoke about the square and the Catholic Church. Now, if a taxi driver is doing his tour and he's driving slowly coming up that street, I am not seeing him doing an obstruction if he's driving slowly and explaining to his guest that this is a Catholic church. It's a whatever it is that they're saying to the persons. I'm not seeing doing an obstruction. I'm not seeing him doing an obstruction. I would call an obstruction if he gets out of the vehicle, parks in the middle of the road, and then then that's where the obstruction comes in. Mr. Bell can add to it if you think that I'm incorrect, where the obstruction comes in.
No, I don't think you're incorrect. And also, if we understand that tourism is our main income for the country, we should have some sort of discretion or toleration for the taxi drivers when they have these persons doing the tours. Because if they're just driving fast and hurrying up the speeches, these tourists are still going to complain. So, yes, some taxi drivers are negligent with obstructing the fifth law of traffic. But if a vehicle is, driving slowly, going up the road, and you can clearly see it's a tour they're doing, just have some consideration, because it's not like that vehicle is going to be in front of you for the rest of your journey.
All right, before you wrap up and share what else you have to share, a concern came in, and for the callers that are calling, we do apologize. We are out of time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough time to take any more calls at this moment. We'll be back next week, though. You made mention of the restrictions still in place down at the fisheries area.
Yes.
Someone is in that area now, and they're saying they don't see any restrictions.
Don't see any restrictions?
Yeah.
Okay, they probably would have moved them overnight.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That means they have completed. So
yes. Thank you for that information.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Over to you.
We just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. We are out of time for our program today. Thank for the callers who call in. You always make our program the way it should be. And we'll see you next week. Have a good day.
Bell, that's it for you. Anything from you?
Well, I just want to thank the truckers who came out to the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get to touch much on it. Next week we could probably update you guys, but we saw the concerns and the importance of the drivers.
It was a big meeting.
It was a big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I took a lot of pictures, and
it was a big meeting.
we had over maybe about 50 or over 50,
Mm-hmm.
50 persons.
Mm-hmm.
Persons even walked with the secretary.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they saw the importance and they did come out. So I just want to thank the truckers for coming out.
All right, then.
Yes.
And thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Reaching you wherever you are. ZIZ Radio, the golden voice of the nation. You simply